Hello YouTube and welcome to either last week's video, but not what was planned for today. Now, what we had planned was single player, and that's actually been pushed back to tomorrow. And this is due to slight time constraints and wanting what I'm wanting to make sure is that when we do the single player, I can get out day after day after day, and preferably, and this is why I'm thinking of waiting at least till Monday. Now I'm not going to not bring a single player one out till Monday. I'm actually going to bring one out tomorrow, Friday, and hopefully one on Saturday, and then obviously as Sunday's my birthday and you already know what's going to happen with that, but on Monday, then what I'll be doing is what's planned for next week. Is Monday we'll have The Last of Us Remastered single player, and we'll have The Last of Us ASMR or an ASMR video. I'm not sure what one yet. Then Tuesday it will be the same, Wednesday it will be the same, then Thursday we'll probably, if I get a chance, because I do have results day on Thursday, you will probably have a Last of Us single player if I get a chance. If not, there might not be one video on Thursday. And then Friday it will be the same, Saturday and Sunday. Now I apologise for this, guys, and please, no, I'm not stopping The Last of Us single player. It will not stop until I've finished it. I know I've kept saying that, and I've said that with previous series, but this one I'm serious with. But today, what we are going to do is we're going to play The Last of Us Remastered single player, not single player, multiplayer, if I get my words right. I'm actually going to explain how it works. Now, before I even get started playing the game, because I'm already going to have to edit this bit, because I forgot how much of an idiot I am. I've got to turn the music down. So already I'm actually going to have to edit that, but I would have to edit it anyway, guys, don't worry about that. But anyway, so we're going to explain how this works. Now, in The Last of Us Remastered single player, we have 3 modes. We have Supply Raid, which is kill off the entire enemy team to win. So that is basically a bit like Call of Duty and stuff like that, like Team Deathmatch, really. It's like kill the enemy team to win, but kind of like a mix of Team Deathmatch from Call of Duty mixed in with Conquest or small Conquest on Battlefield 4 and Battlefield 3. It's very difficult to explain, but it's like that, which I will show you in a minute. You then have Survivors, which eliminate all enemies to win the round, no respawns. Now this is slightly search and destroy, but slightly not. It's slightly search and destroy because in search and destroy you don't have no respawns, and I'm actually explaining this with the Call of Duty modes and Battlefield modes, obviously for everyone pretty much, and the best way to put it. And basically it doesn't have no respawns, but on this you don't actually get a bomb. Your objective is to eliminate all the enemies, as it says there. Now then you have interrogation. Now the best way to put this would be, and I think it's demolition, from Black Ops 2, I would say. Slightly like that, and slightly different. That's a very hard one to explain, really. But that's basically it. So you obviously have your gear up, your customization, your DLC, your lead options, and clan info. Now obviously on this as well, which makes it unique, it's multiplayer, is you have your clan. Now your clan is made up of not real people, to be honest, but in-game people, and you actually, as you can see on mine, it says 41 survivors, healthy 9, hungry 28, sick 4, needed per day, and like a supplies thing 38. Now this is where the actual smartness of this actually comes in. When you actually kill a person, multiplayer, which I'll actually look for a supply raid now, they actually drop those little blue things, and it actually supplies. Now you use them to keep your clan alive. So let's say you need 38 like I do, and like I done, I think it was a couple of weeks ago or last week, I was playing and I done terribly for a game. I done absolutely terribly. And basically what happened was I think I had 11 supplies and I needed 39.40 because I needed more by then. 2 seconds, guys. I'm just going to mute the mic because my door is actually opened. I'm streaming this as well, just for some gameplay for the other people on Twitch. 2 seconds. I'm very sorry about that, guys. That shouldn't happen again. But basically, as I was saying, how this works, and if you actually leave a game early or something like that, you actually lose supplies for a start, and you actually, some of your clan falls sick, and this is what happens when you don't get enough supplies as well. You actually start to lose clan members then, and when you get more clan members, you unlock more stuff. And obviously you can get different challenges, etc. Now, just before we continue, the reason I'm streaming this is because I haven't streamed in a while. I'm streaming this for the PS4 stream feature, and obviously I'm recording this video for YouTube. So obviously the gameplay that we're doing as well is mainly as well for the stream. But this is partially, I can use this for the video today because I didn't really get a chance, which I was expecting I would have. But anyway, so that's pretty much what you do is with that. Now, in this branch off as well, a bit more. So when you actually you get into the game, which you'll see in a minute, you actually, here we go, it's actually started. Let's see, there's only 2 of us here, but there's actually 2 over there, because I've never actually played this map. And you'll see those dots on the map. And what those dots are boxes. Now, they're obviously different for each person. And what you do is you go up to them, click triangle, and actually drop you supplies and stuff like that. And not the supplies that you use for your clan. This is actually to make the weapons in this game mode. You obviously again get limited ammo, and that's pretty similar to the actual game as well, really. And you obviously find stuff, as I said, and basically you gain points as well, and like your parts with that cog you can see, and the blue stuff ones, as I said, are your type of supplies, but your cog ones, as I'm calling them, are actually points. And now your points you can use to actually buy upgrades or buy new weapons if you purchase. There's actually someone around this corner. I reckon I'm gonna. Nope, he's behind me. Oh, that's not good. And I'm now dead. That slightly serves my rabbits will let him kill me. Cause there's no one around. Or is there? No, he's down as well. And basically this is how that works. Now, if you, as I said, if you also, if you've got any leftover parts, that's what I was looking for, and you also, it tallies up your parts even. I know I'm getting my words mixed up a bit. As you can see, you see, like, he's the top one, breeding trolls, that's got 330 parts. Now at the end that'll be all tallied up. Now even if he uses those in the store, that will all be tallied up, and he will actually, the game will actually use that as well to give him some supplies on top. If for some reason he doesn't get them as well. Now obviously for smaller people that's played this, I know I'm only at level 1, but people that's small that's played this, they've got small clans, that's the best way to put it, then that can be very, very helpful. But for people that actually are like me, that's needs 38 supplies at least, it's all right, but it doesn't have a lot. Now I've been marked. Now that's another thing. That's actually a perk, and that actually tells you, and they can actually do that and mark you. in the actual game. Basically, let's get back on to the game thing. As I said, that actually happens. Now, as you can see, I've got one part now. But when you actually kill someone, you actually have to collect those parts to actually get the most points. Now, as you can see, I've got another 2. Now, I actually got some supplies, which to upgrade it, I've got supplies and parts. Now, I can actually buy ammo, or I can upgrade this. Now, as I said, even if I use this, so let's say I do that, which I now can't do, but if I go into there, and I use that, I buy 5 more mags, and if I don't click that one, I click that one, I've still got those 150 parts in the leaderboard. Now, by the looks of things, I'm going to do very poorly in this game, so I apologise. But basically, that is pretty much what makes it up. Now, after like in-game weeks, because every time you do a match, it's an in-game day equivalent to. So this is what I'm saying. If you leave, this is why. This is why. Oh dear, I just got flanked. This is why you actually lose points, because you don't get any supplies. He's just got flanked as well. And as you can see as well, and what I was talking about like with this one, I am going to remember what I said. The actual like conquest mix of team deathmatch. As you can see, like you watch the red one if I'm actually still alive, and I don't get killed here. If you watch the red one, 3 of them's down, 4 of them. Now only 11. Now you get it in waves. Now every time, so one person that goes down is equivalent to 1 person on there. And once that reaches to 0, if all 4 players are alive, it will go into sudden death. Or if any of the enemy team's alive, or your team's alive, into sudden death. And what happens in sudden death is the other team, or you, have to kill all of the other enemy team, and you win. I'm doing very poorly as well. And as I said, you win pretty much if you kill all the other enemy team. I'm actually going to change my loadout while we're here to a bit of a better one, so I don't get my ass kicked. Excuse my bit of French there. As I was saying, you pretty much go into sudden death, and once the enemy team's gone, they've run out of reinforcements, because as you'll see in a minute, when one of our team or their team dies, probably our team that are up here for, you'll actually, it'll say you've only got 8 more left. You've only got 8 more people left, or reinforcements, as they call it, which I'll probably say in a minute if I'm still alive. Right, there. They're actually saying in a minute, once they actually load, or loads, there you go, only 8 reinforcements left. Now, as I said, once those reinforcements are gone, that's it, team's lost. Now, obviously, in other game modes it's different, but I will not be showing those game modes. I'm only going to show this game mode and explain to you about it. Now, trying to think there. Basically, it's a good idea for game mode. It's very unique. You see a lot of shooters nowadays, like Battlefield and Call of Duty, they don't adopt this type of playstyle. Now, if you watch, I'm probably going to get killed here, I guess. Oh, I didn't, surprisingly. I've now actually got the extra point. Oh, he's trying to heal me. I don't want to punch you on my team. Now, I've actually got more than when I died. And that is because that's part of the game, pretty much. If you die, you don't collect it. Now, it obviously gives you that because it'd be a bit unfair, personally, is, well, if you kill someone, you die, and then you don't get any of the points at all. That wouldn't be fair, really, doing that, because, well, it's not fair. Now, as you can see, the red team has 0. Now, I don't know if it's appeared sudden death, it might do. But you'll notice that middle one on the red team, even though someone's actually left, it's X, and that won't change now, because they're out of reinforcements. I'm actually going to buy this gun, which is a purchasable gun. which you actually have to purchase from the PlayStation Store. Then you can use it in any game. Now, they've, as you can see, there's a bomb there, and pretty much you've got to play it tactical, and they're actually right behind me. I've just got owned, literally, in other words. But you've got to play this game tactical on multiplayer. You can't just go running in, because first start won't work. And yes, it can be very difficult, but it can be also rewarding. Now, as you can see as well, it prompted you there. And once we actually get the last enemy, like that, it says game over, you win. Now, you'll probably, as you'll see in a minute, it says 1,750 parts. Now, I'm probably not going to have enough, which is pretty much a good way to show you this, how it works. And no, I didn't get not get enough purposely. Oh, I might have. Now, as you can see, I've got +1. Obviously, one of my 6 survivors came healthy, but I didn't gain any survivors. And the more daily supplies you get in a game, the more survivors you gain. Now, I'm actually going to click next, because I think it's Hunter Attack, actually. Scouts have picked up that a large group of hunters are amassing. Now, this is one of the events. Now, parts are worth 10% more, but there is a risk of 60% of the population that's in my clan to die. Now, this is what makes it. And now, what you do here is you choose a mission. So, now you can choose any, really. You can do downs, like that, 3 NMM, which is 9mm pistol, if you don't know, and stuff like that. Now, the more downs you actually get in these type ones, the less of your population that will die. Now, there is other ones which you actually, and this is mainly earlier in the game, or this like multiplayer part of the timeline of the multiplayer part, you don't lose any, but now in the type of part of the game, you do. Now, you'll find, because when you actually start the game on multiplayer, you're actually, I've just clicked that, I didn't even mean to, but when you actually start, you get to choose from the 2 factions, which is Firefly or Hunter. Now, you'll find on my side now it said Hunter Attack. You'll probably find on the Hunter's side, for anyone that's had that prompt on, that's on the same amount of weekend days, on the Hunter's side, we'll have the prompt that the Fireflies have something like malaria, a cure for malaria, and vaccinations, that's what I was looking for, and that they have to attack us to gain it. Now, as you can see, I'm on that 41, and all that. Now, as I said, survivors is difficult, and so is interrogation. And my recommendation, if you're new to the game, is stick with supply raid. And actually, before we actually finish, as you can see, it's the next unlock. Now, once, as I said, I get to that, I'll unlock more stuff. Now, this is what makes, as well, I know I've gone a bit off of what I was saying there, this is what makes this more unique. Whereas, like, in Call of Duty or Battlefield or multiplayer, I'm not saying I don't like the games, but on their multiplayer, you level up and you unlock stuff. With this, it's totally different. This is what makes it so unique. The more supplies you get, so the more kills you gain, the more you'll unlock, and then the more you unlock, obviously get that, and then once you level up as well. Now, levels doesn't really matter in this as much, as I found out when I think one of the early streams I did before I got my capture card, I think it was, on multiplayer this, and obviously the streamers can watch this, they don't actually know I'm saying this, but one of the early streams, which I will try and leave a link in the description for all you guys, you'll actually notice that I've done very well and I actually gained it. But as I previously said, once you get more supplies, you get more parts, it gets more harder. And now this is where it differs, and this is again where it's unique again compared to Call of Duty and Battlefield. The more kills you get and the more supplies you get, the more people you get, the more harder it gets. Whereas in Call of Duty, it's just the same thing, and like Battlefield at times, and if they're more leveled, well, if you play hardcore, it's more harder. This is again where it makes it unique. Now I'm afraid, guys, I'm gonna have to end there. So I'm gonna say subscribe if you want to see more great content. Comment and tell me what you thought of the video. Whether there's any improvements in the video quality, audio, anything about the video, or if you want to say hi, or if you want some sort of request for a video or something like that. Again, as I said, I'm gonna say like if you liked, dislike if you disliked. Obviously subscribe if you want to see more great content, etc. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please share as much as you possibly can. I'm going to set another share challenge here for this time 8 shares, correction, for this video. So if we get to 8 shares, I will make sure tomorrow, obviously if I can see it, or the next day, I will think of making another episode to this and explain the other modes, or I will try and get the single player out, or even I might do an ASMR episode of this, playing the multiplayer. So on that note, I'm going to say thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Cheers!